Welcome to Fire Vinyasa by Buffy. I am Buffy, and I will be your guide. The tools I will be using is a dowel. You can get one at any hardware store, a block, and a pillow. You can do all of these without any of these tools, or you can use pillows, thick blankets, or even an old broom or mop handle if you do not have a dowel. We're going to start with a meditation called Jan Jun. We're going to focus for just a little bit on our breath and grounding, becoming center, being aware of our body and our breath. Plant your heels into the ground, bend your knees slightly, drop your hips towards the earth, let your shoulders fall, and let the crown of your head be towards the ceiling, but in a very loose fashion. Try not to focus on any particular thing, but also try not to close your eyes. Breathing in through the nose, and just letting it fall out the mouth. No pushing. No force. We're focused on the basics of life. Physical vitality, breath, and flow. We're going to use the dowel today to focus on spine support. This will be a very good routine for anyone that has, who's working on balance, posture, or is concerned about their back. So we're going to start in extended mountain. Now we're straightening, putting a little bit of resistance into our body. Focus on holding the dowel, stretching up. We're going to use the dowel as a guide through this entire workout. Breathe here, flexing the abs, focusing on the stretch in the shoulders. And we're going to move on. I'm going to pick up the dowel. I'm bringing it across my shoulders, my hands over top, and we're going to go into Warrior Two. This really helps me to get the posture in Warrior Two. When we're in Warrior Two, we tend to focus mostly on the positioning of our legs, but the positioning of the arms is just as important. We want to make a straight line the way this dowel is. So by having the dowel on my shoulders and my hands pressed on top, I'm getting that nice straight line that I want in Warrior Two. And it's really helping me to keep my back straight, to focus on my breath. We're going to stay here for a few more seconds. And then we're going to transition to a right side angle. So I'm going to let the dowel tip up, coming in front of my leg. I'm going to keep this hand planted on top of the dowel. I'm going to move my left arm in front of the dowel. So I'm positioning my elbow onto my knee. The dowel now is behind my shoulder blades. And I'm going to reach up the dowel and look up. This really helps me to have a straight back, to look straight, to have that nice straight line down the oblique. And breathe. Now we're going to transition to a revolved right angle, still using the dowel, but we're going to change its positioning. So coming up, I'm now going to slide the dowel straight forward. It's going to come underneath my front knee, down in front of my ankle. I'm using this to anchor forward. I'm going to come down, right arm, I'm going to loop around the dowel, The left hand's going to come around to my hip. So again, I'm using the dowel to guide my twist, help me keep my back straight, and make that nice straight line. Two more breaths here. And now I'm going to come up. I'm going to step back over the dowel. I'm going to bring the dowel back up onto my shoulders and transition into warrior one. Again, I'm getting that nice straight line in my arms, helping me with that back posture, connecting to breath. One more breath here, and I'm going to let the dowel come forward. Now I'm going to transition into chair. So I'm going to let the dowel come down, so it's like a witch's broom. Stepping up into chair, I'm going to let the dowel be my guide in chair. Now that I can feel the dowel, like I'm sitting on it, I can make this more challenging in the shoulders or in the legs. If you feel like you need more grounding, more power in the legs, bring your arms down the dowel. This will force you to put more of your weight in your legs, firing up the thighs. If you want more stretch in the shoulders, work your way up the dowel. That will stretch in the shoulders, but put less weight in the quads. And you can always mix it up. Now we're going to transition to the other side. So I'm going to step back around the dowel, bring it up over my shoulders, and we're going to do warrior two on the right. We're going to just breathe through it. Enjoy that straight line, straight arms. Let your body really memorize the posture here. One more breath, and we're going to transition to that right angle. Really pressing the shoulder blades into the dowel. Memorizing again that straight line in the back, that straight line down the oblique. Now we're going to go to that revolve angle. So again, I'm going to slide my dowel through underneath of my knee on the outside of my ankle. This time my left arm is going to come and loop around, and my right arm is going to come around to my hip, and I'm looking up. Really breathe here. Let yourself ground down. Feel your physical vitality. Feel your breath opening up. We're going to transition now back to warrior one. Holding that posture. One more breath. And then we're going to work into chair. Think of it as a witch's broom. How many times as a kid did you use a broomstick or a mop and pretend you were a witch? Or flying around? Straight back, spine support. Everything comes from our spine. Our life flow, our movement, everything. Reaching back up. Now that we did both sides, I'm going to come down to what's called a noose. So I'm on my toes. I have my dowel on the side. I'm going to bring this arm around, so elbows underneath. My hand's going to grab from my opposite knee. This arm is going to come around, it's my right arm, towards the back. So now the dowel is giving me support and creating a nice spinal twist. And now I'm going to take it to the other side so that I get the spinal twist the other way. Oops. Reaching through here and opposite. So now you see what it should look like from both angles. Straight line, nice twist. And now we're going to add a block into the dowel. So I'm going to bring the block behind me. I'm going to sit in staff pose. The dowel is going to come between the back and the block. And you're going to reach up in that staff pose. Really stretching the arms, the shoulders, the neck, and the lower back. Now we're going to adjust it, come closer, and get into a lean. That's going to work the quads, the abs, and the back. Now I'm going to switch the dowel from back to front. I'm going to take a seat on my block. Once you're comfortable and you're steady, you can press the bottom of the dowel into the block. We're going to do a little bit of a boat pose. You can hold static, or you can get some movement and work those abs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release. Now we're going to go for a forward bend. Stretch out the legs. And bring your head to the dowel and breathe. Nice work. Now we're going to trade in our dowel and our block for a pillow. Come down to a puppy pose. Really feel this bend in your shoulders. Once you've decided that you've had enough in puppy, turn pillow long ways. Sit into child's pose and lay down on the pillow. And this is so comfortable. We're just going to say it right here. Namaste.